Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the BlitzBurgh Banter, a terrible podcast production. I'm Aaron.
And this is Andrew, coming to you live here from beautiful Harrisburg, Pennsylvania.
That's right. Here we are in some shithole basement again.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Well, but we are thankful.
Yes,
we are thankful. We are thankful for this. But yeah, here we are again.
So, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to pop open a nice icy light because we're going to get down to some business here.
It's the only way to start an episode.
Cheers.
Here we are. Yeah. Please drink responsibly. We have DDs for their ride home from this basement.
I'm an Uber.
Yeah. Smart man.
Thank you.
Smart man.
But, ladies and gentlemen, it is the week after the 2024 NFL draft.
Yeah, we're a little late.
We are a little late.
Yeah.
Some things happened, but
but we're back. We're alive.
We're here, and again, we're terrible for a reason.
You know who lives in this house? A great big phony. That's right. A phony lives here. A big fat phony.
We're terrible for a reason. So
Exactly.
Don't expect excellence out of us.
That's right. Thanks for sticking
asking
around.
for way too much.
Thanks for sticking around.
But well, let me just get to the point here, Ron. Let me just ask you.
Yeah. What
how did you spend draft night or draft weekend? And B, what are your thoughts? So,
well, I can say one thing: I wasn't at Bazookas. I wish it would have been.
Outside of that, I just went into Bazookas, and it's the fucking D team in there. So it's just, you know,
everybody's at the draft, Matt. No.
I guess not having a great night. I might just fucking walk home. I don't know.
Do that. Stay away from any buildings, though.
D team or the double D team?
If it was the double D team, I would be belly up in Bazookas right now. Trust me. Okay.
Matt,
where were you?
Well, I was at home.
You were at home. Okay.
Well, actually, that's not true. Because draft was Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
Yes.
Thursday and Friday, I was actually at work. Thursday wasn't a bad night. I did make it home, or I was on my way home to see to hear about our first draft. I was watching the Pat McAfee draft spectacular. There is no other draft show to watch, in my opinion, other than
so
that.
thankful for them actually getting the picks out and not making you wait and wait. Don't know if they got in trouble or not for that, but I appreciated that at the very least. And again, you might not like McAfee, but in terms of saving everyone's time, that was definitely appreciated.
So Thursday night and then Friday night. Well, Friday night I was at work, and that ended up being a shitty ass night. I didn't get home till after 11 or something. So I missed Friday night, to be honest with you. And then Saturday it's the end of the draft, so it is what it is at that point. But yeah, did see a little bit, and did enjoy the Pat McAfee draft spectacular. Bill Belichick actually gave a huge shout out to the Steelers organization about it. I think it was it the 74 draft, which is the best draft in NFL history, essentially.
Yeah.
But that was actually pretty cool. So kudos to Bill Belichick.
And,
you know what?
And he actually has a great personality. God damn it.
Yeah, he actually smiles. He was even on a roast last night of Tom Brady.
I know.
Did you see that?
Yeah, that was
holy shit.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen the word fuck used more than on that show last night. I'll tell you what. I'm a big proponent of the word. I think you use your intelligence when you use that word.
It's one of the most interesting words in the English language today is the word fuck. Out of all of the English words that begin with the letter F, fuck is the only word that is referred to as the F word. It's the one magical word. Just by its sound can describe pain, pleasure, hate, and love. Fuck, as most words in the English language, is derived from German, the word flicken, which means to strike. In English, fuck falls into many grammatical categories. As a transitive verb, for instance, John fucked Shirley. As a noun, I don't give a fuck. As part of a word, abso-fucking-lutely, or in-fucking-credible. And, as almost every word in a sentence, fuck the fucking fuckers. As you must realize, there aren't too many words with the versatility of fuck, as in these examples describing situations such as fraud. I got fucked at the used car lot. Aggression. Don't fuck with me, buddy. Difficulty. I don't understand this fucking question. Inquiry. Who the fuck was that? Dissatisfaction. I don't like what the fuck is going on here. Incompetence. He's a fuck off. Dismissal. Why don't you go outside and play hide and go fuck yourself? I'm sure you can think of many more examples. With all of these multi-purpose applications, how can anyone be offended when you use the word?
But I'm going to be honest with you, Kevin Hart almost wore that word out for me last night. I was almost like, we need to come up with another word other than that to use. I mean, seriously. I mean, I love Kevin Hart. I love everybody that was on last night, but man, that roast was dirty. Like, I was like,
they always are.
I mean, it was incredible. I mean, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Fuck Tom Brady, by the way. But as Kevin Hart kept saying all night, but it was great. It was a great roast. Even Bill Belichick was on that, so I wanted to bring that up. Yeah, I think we're seeing a little bit more of his personality. You know, he is probably the greatest coach of our time period. I mean, he's got to be, I would say.
I would argue, yeah, either him or Saban. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go for college. Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, so that's how I spent the draft. And yeah, what about you? Did you watch the Pat McAfee spectacular?
Oh yeah, I watched
well?
it. Okay, watched it all Thursday night.
Those I kick your ass off of this show and find somebody else.
Oh god damn it!
Yeah,
god damn it! Well, I can just leave right now.
Well, no, you watched the show. You're good.
Yeah,
you're good. I'll keep you.
I know, but Jesus though, oh my god, I didn't realize that was a term of employment. I figured
absolutely.
Me
Pat McAfee show. Absolutely.
All right,
but anyway, go ahead.
But let's get into this. Like, what was your thoughts on?
Yeah, let's.
Like, let me ask you this question: do you think we improved? We stayed the same, or did we take a step backwards? Possibly?
Well, all right. So, Omar Khan, we talked about this the entire, leading up to the draft. He was definitely cooking. You know what? I forgot my damn apron. I could have been wearing my apron and pretending to be Khan.
God damn it!
Shit.
Get your frying
pan. I
know.
I could have been doing that. Shit. I definitely think he did well. I would say solid picks all the way around. We're going to get into that, ladies and gentlemen, here, each one, obviously. But overall, I thought we did very well. I don't think we did anything dumb or, like we're reaching, essentially. You know what I mean? I don't think we did any reaching, nothing like that. Picks came to us, essentially. These guys were still out there on the board as the picks all played out. So overall, I think it was a solid draft. Some of the news media net that I've been reading has said that we had the best draft out of everyone, supposedly. So, we'll see. You can look at these guys on tape from college. You look at their stats, how they overall scored at the combine and things like that. And that all says something, right? It's all information, absolutely. But at the end of the day, it's what you put out whenever you actually start playing in the pros. Yeah. So college and pros are two different levels. So we'll see what happens. You are playing amongst the best of the best once you get to the NFL. So, what were your thoughts? I thought it was solid. I was happy. I wasn't so sure at first, but the more I looked at it, thought about it, I'm pretty happy with how we did.
So I tuned into normal Mel Kiper, not Mad Mel, even though I did enjoy him on Thursday night. I really enjoyed him.
You watched the OG, you son of a bitch. Cheers to you watching the OG.
Well, I need some draft grades. And Mad Mel just isn't to that point yet. That'd make him way too angry if he had to do that.
Don't tell him that. Don't tell him that. He does do a good job, though.
But Mad Mel gave us an A- only because he's a Ravens fan.
Yeah.
Or I should say normal Mel Kiper gave us an A- because he's a Ravens fan. But Crewley, he gave us an A.
Yeah.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Yeah,
Mel Kiper.
Yeah, Mel Kiper.
But here's what I'll say when I look down through our picks. And just in case no one knows, I'll just go through them here.
Yeah.
So first round,
pick 20.
Yeah, pick 20. Troy Fautanu, left tackle, Washington.
Yep.
And then in
round 2.
Yep. Second round. Yep.
51 is Zach Frazier.
Yep.
Center, West Virginia. We need a center.
Right, and also wrestler too background. So
yeah, we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yep. And then third round, Roman Wilson.
Yeah, we had 2 picks in the third, if I'm not mistaken. Correct. Yeah.
Yes. Yep. He was 30. Yeah, he was the 35th pick in the third round.
Yeah.
It says here.
Yeah.
And then
84 overall, but yeah. And then that's Peyton Wilson.
Yep. So linebacker from NC State.
Yep.
And then we picked up another guard, Mason McCormick from South Dakota State. And then defensive tackle Logan Lee from Iowa, who I don't know if what's going to happen with him. I don't think he's going to stay at D tackle or has a chance to play D tackle unless he puts on some weight. But we'll see.
Feed that man. Feed that man. Yeah.
Why don't we get that man some Permane Brothers?
Permanis, or we'll take him to Wendy's and do a chicken nugget eat off contest.
I think I could eat more than him though.
Yeah, you probably could. I'd like to see that happen. You probably did that at 5 years of age.
And then with our final pick, Ryan Watts, cornerback from Texas. So
Bill Rowe launching to the end zone, broken up beautifully. Ryan Watts. First down, Martinez. Fading back. Now he zigzags away. He got hit and lost the football. There's a marker down.
7 yards away from doing that against Texas, where the Cowboys are backed up. That will help solve.
Ryan, so just a brief overview of this draft, ladies and gentlemen. When I look at this, I 100% agree with you, Ron, that we didn't really reach. And really, when I look at our first, second, third, there is literally 4 guys easily, maybe and again, I'm going to throw Payne Wilson as a 5th possibly, who are going to be potentially starting or getting a lot of playing time.
I think you'd be seriously mistaken if you did not put Peyton Wilson in there as a potential starter.
Well, again, he's going to be behind Patrick Queen, and
there's going to be some serious competition, right? There. But there's also, not only is there serious competition, there's serious opportunity to learn.
Absolutely,
that's where I'm at. You know what I mean?
And again, whenever I looked at kind of Peyton Wilson's highlights and just what the draft grades were about him, then I'm like, you know who that reminds me of? That reminds me of a young Robert Spillane.
Ooh, okay.
And you look at Robert Spillane now in Vegas, Vegas
Raiders, excuse me.
Yes. And he's, one of their best players.
He's doing great. And shout out to Robert Spillane. We could probably throw coverage of this in. This was a couple years ago. It was like the tackle heard around the world. You know what that tackle was?
Oh, I know.
It's when he stopped freaking Derrick Henry on the goddamn goal line.
Henry gets stonewalled. Roberts.
Man, that was a smack and a half.
That was loud. Could you imagine being on the first row, like in the stands, like that? It's probably 10 times as loud as what it was on the broadcast.
I don't give a shit how old Robert Spillane is, but that's when he gained his manhood. It was right then and there. That's when you gain your manhood. When you stop Derrick Henry in his tracks
at the goal line
by yourself, that's when you know you're a motherfucking man. You are a man. So kudos to Robert Spillane on that. But yeah, if that's what you think, that would be a hell of a pickup. I think he did. Spillane was okay with coverage. He was okay. I think he's doing a decent job for the Vegas Raiders. But yeah, I digress.
But yeah, so but again, I agree with you. We actually had a plan with this. We weren't really going into reaching. We were
methodical.
Yes,
it was methodical.
Yes,
I would say it was methodical.
We keep addressing the O-line because I keep saying here, people, that we need to score points.
Yeah, and
we need.
It starts in the trenches,
right? It starts in the trenches.
You got to have real men up
and
front.
Again, we have 2 great backs.
Mm-hmm.
We'll throw a little foreshadowing here. We'll see what happens with one of our backs here with all that's been happening. But
Najee.
Yeah, we'll just a little foreshadowing there. But again, being able to kind of keep Wilson or Fields upright, whoever ends up playing more, is going to be a huge thing.
Yeah.
But again, though, too, even when I look at Roman Wilson, that could easily be our number 2.
I've talked to one of my buddies, the great Colin Needham, and we discussed Roman Wilson, and he agrees with me, I do believe. You know who Roman Wilson reminds me of a little bit?
Who?
Hines Ward.
Oh, I can see that.
Who the hell does not want another Hines Ward?
Oh, my God.
I'll wait.
The smile.
I can hear the applause coming from Pittsburgh right now.
The smile.
And not afraid to block and hit somebody.
Right.
So, and catch, that man, you can count on him to catch the ball. You can count on him to get the first down.
What was his crazy stat last year? I think he only had 1 drop out of how many?
Wilson? That's what I've heard.
Yeah.
That's what I've heard. I'd have to double check that, obviously. But if that's the truth, I don't give a shit where you're playing. If you only ever had one drop in an entire season, that's insane. That's insane.
And the other thing I like about Roman Wilson too is that he kind of plays like a running back where he's seeking out hits whenever he has the ball. Like he's not running out of bounds.
Yeah, no.
He wants contact.
He's looking to hit somebody. He's 5'11", 185 pounds. Yeah, I'm not sure about Hines Ward, but that's probably about the size of Hines Ward.
I think Hines Ward was maybe about 6'1".
Yeah. He wasn't over. Yeah, he wasn't real big. Yeah, it's not Plexico, or something like that.
But solid. He was a solid base.
Yeah. 5'11", 185. That's solid.
And when he hit you, you'd feel it.
Oh yeah.
And again, too, especially too with GP George Pickens. I mean, George Pickens will block and he'll hit someone too.
He's not afraid to make a combat catch.
Right.
We need more combat catch receivers. So I think we just got one.
Right.
Obviously, right. I think we just got one.
So I mean, I'm gonna say this with caution here, Steelers Nation.
Yeah.
I'm actually excited going into this
2024.
Yeah. And I know everyone always says that every single year that we're excited and all that, but
everybody wants to be positive,
right. Yeah. But for the first time out of Pittsburgh, we're not hearing that this year we're going to win a Super Bowl and all that. What I'm actually hearing is that we actually have a plan. We have a plan to try and get back. Is it going to happen this year? Who knows? Probably not.
Yeah.
But for the first time, though, it sounds like we actually have a plan.
To get back into the playoff.
And we have options. Like we're not kind of holding our breath or crossing our fingers that 7's going to last another year, or that 7 can do it one more time.
Right.
Or
we put a lot of bread into that basket.
Right. Or KP's going to do it, or that our defense is just going to carry us. That as long as our defense holds the other team to under 14 points, we're going to either win the game or be in the game late.
I agree. It's always been our defense winning. It's been our defense winning games the past couple of years because our offense was so unreliable. I think that's a really good way to put it. Excuse me. The offense was definitely unreliable. The defense was more reliable, but the defense was wearing thin. They were wearing out. I mean, you can only do so much as one side of a team. This year, with some of the people that we've added, some of the free agency moves and everything that we've made, the defense still looks stout. But I think I
would argue it looks even better.
Yeah, you might be right on that. You might be right that the defense actually looks even better.
The only weakness I see is who's playing the second cornerback position. But again, we drafted one. He has
from
longest reach, and I'm going to tell you right now, too, Texas, with what they've been doing down there is incredible. Like they have literally gone from nobodies to somebodies, and that is NFL talent.
That's right.
All across that roster, whether it's offense or defense. So
I agree.
Again, Ryan Watts didn't really get to watch him a ton in college, but again, just seeing what I saw, what Texas did last year. I mean, there's NFL talent the whole way through.
Peppered through that team.
That
through
whole
that organization.
Yeah. So
I agree. But back to your point, defense, yes, you could absolutely be right. Defense might even be better than what it was last year. Very good possibility. Offense is absolutely better. On paper, it looks better.
It should be.
It absolutely should be.
It
absolutely should be.
And here's what I'm going to say, Steelers Nation, what I think is going to be kind of the overarching theme this year for the whole entire team.
Yeah.
And it's one word: physical.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, football nowadays is kind of becoming not a physical sport anymore, whether you like that or you don't like that. But when I look at the players who we picked up, I mean, they are physical.
Yeah.
They will establish their presence.
Yeah.
No matter whatever position they are playing at. And especially too with our tackle and Zach Frazier that we picked up too in the draft. Like, they are physical guys.
Yeah.
I mean, Zach Frazier being a wrestler. Troy Fontanaro. I mean, hey, the last time we drafted a player named Troy, I think that turned out pretty well.
Yeah.
Too. And,
43. Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
And again, I watched Washington all throughout the playoffs. I watched some of their big games in the Pac-12 this year. He is a athlete at tackle.
Oh yeah,
he is an athlete at tackle.
Why don't we go down through the list here and talk about each one of them a little bit? What do you think?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Right. So let's talk about Troy. so Troy, obviously our first round pick. He's out of Washington, 6'4", 317 pound.
That is a big mofo.
That's a big boy.
That's a big mofo.
That's a big boy. And they gave him a prospect grade of 6.47. I've watched some tape of him. He runs people the hell over.
Yeah, he's a good running block tackle.
Exactly. He gets off the line and he gets downfield and he's blocking. I mean, he likes to fucking hit people.
Right.
He likes to block. He likes to push people out of the way. So I mean, my God, if I was Najee or Jaylen Warren, for instance, shit, I'd be smacking him on the ass every chance I got because I'd be like, just get in front of me. And I'm gonna run.
You'd go up to him right before the first game and say, "Hey man, what do you want for your birthday? What do you want for Christmas this year?
It's coming.
I got you.
Block the world for me.
I got you,
and I'll hook you up, brother.
I got you.
You're a rookie, so you just block the world for me, and we're gonna run the ball down people's throats. Yeah, absolutely. So that's Troy.
Let's move on to Frazier.
Not enough said there. Frazier's the next big one. And he was our second round. He's out of West Virginia, not far from Pittsburgh. So there you go. And I
do believe that he is a Steelers fan.
Actually, I want to go back to Troy. Well, yes. While we're talking about Zach, I think Troy also might have been a Steeler fan when he was younger as well. I mean, he's got the same name as Troy Polamalu.
Hey, our scouts are better than all those 31 other team scouts.
That's right. I mean, they're good. Cheers to the scouts. Cheers to the Steelers scouts.
Yep.
You guys don't get enough credit, guys, girls, whatever. Drink to that. But Zach Frazier, yes, West Virginia. I think he and Troy were both Steelers fans at a young age. Zach Frazier here, he's 6'3", 313 pound center
with a wrestling background.
And what does that mean?
Man can move.
He's
powerful.
And with wrestling, you have to have very good balance.
Yep.
That's huge.
And guess who's going to be great in short yard situations still?
Here we are.
Frazier.
Zach Frazier.
Yep.
You know what? Wouldn't that be something if we got somebody like a Jason Kelsey? What if Zach Frazier was similar to a Jason Kelsey?
Time will tell, but we'll see.
I'd be happy with that. Or even a Marquise Pouncey.
Ooh, now
I mean,
Marquise was built a little bit different whenever he was down in Florida, but
I agree with that. Yeah. But Marquise was incredible. I love Marquise.
Absolutely.
I love Marquise. I think everybody in Steeler Nation love Marquise.
In the Hall of Fame at some point.
Yeah, he's incredible. So happy with the pickup of Zach Frazier. Again, we were talking about physicality. Very, very physical center. Would you agree?
Oh, I 100%
yeah,
agree.
From the video clips that I've seen, very, very physical. And then our next one, we've already alluded to a little bit, Roman Wilson out of Michigan. He's 5 foot 11, 185 pounds, which we talked about.
But he plays bigger than that.
He plays bigger than what he is. Yeah, absolutely. And we've already alluded that, well, to me, from what I've seen, from what I've heard, all those kinds of things, never met the guy personally. Maybe we will. Training camp. You never know when the BlitzBurgh Banter goes out.
Absolutely.
To Latrobe.
Stay tuned.
That'd be awesome. But absolutely reminds me of a potential Hines Ward, and that is a huge honor in my opinion.
Loads of time for McCarthy. Now he wings it downfield to the end zone. Roman J.J. McCarthy, and he throws it over the middle. Caught on the 2nd and 2. Wilson. Roman Wilson airborne.
If he can get to that level,
if he can set that tone,
if you can set that tone, get to that level, I bow down. Incredible. That'd be incredible pickup at wide receiver for us.
And again, that's also someone who I think we need on the offense too, just to kind of who's going to set that tone. Because I mean, usually it's Harris or Warren.
Yeah.
But again, and don't get me wrong, Pickens will provide the spectacular.
Yeah.
But if you have some guy first or second play in the game, like it's a running play, he just comes down and just I'm just going to clean this linebacker out of the play.
Yep. And you know what else it kind of reminds me of. Not to bring up the Patriots, but I am because they had some good slot receivers. But Amendola.
Yep,
you had Wes Welker. And you had what's his name?
Julian Edelman.
Julian Edelman, that's right. All incredible, right? Would you say? Yep. Absolutely incredible. I mean, even if he has a little bit of that in him sprinkled in,
we'll take it.
We'll take that.
Yep.
Are you kidding me? You just got to find him.
Yep.
You got to find him. Get him the ball.
And he won't be afraid to go across the middle.
He's not. No. That's what I'm saying. These are some of the people that he kind of reminds me of just watching some of the footage that I've watched, from college and whatnot. And then we go was fourth. Yep. Peyton Wilson. That's right. 6'4". He's out of NC State. Everybody. 6'4", 233-pound linebacker. That's a decent sized linebacker, I would say. Right?
I agree. Yeah.
He's
an athletic linebacker.
Tigers in the play action. Klubnik's pass. Intercepted Peyton Wilson. Diving for the end zone. Touchdown, NC State.
And this is not a UConn team. It's not the same team as last year.
Fagnano intercepted. First interception. Wilson with the swipe, and that will do it in East Hartford. Team with 19 picks last year.
And Copenhagen to the left. Walker to the right. The throw for Tez Walker. Intercepted. Peyton Wilson.
He is. And he's going to be playing inside, I guess, essentially, right?
He should be,
yeah.
Yes.
Inside linebacker.
Our edges are set.
Yeah, our edges are set.
We have Queen.
That's right.
So the only other one is either
Holcomb.
Or, hey, maybe it's Wilson.
Or maybe, yeah. Hey, and what I've seen of him, this guy loves to tackle. This guy.
That's why I said he reminds me of a Spillane.
Yep. And here we are. We're at number 4 essentially, and all 4 of these guys, all 4 of these Jagovs
are probably either going to start or they're going to have significant playing time.
Yes,
in the rotation,
and they're all physical. We're already at 4, and they're all definite physical players, right?
I mean, one of Peyton Wilson's greatest plays was there was like a 10-yard or 15-yard pass play. I forget who they were playing against, but he literally ran 60 or 65 yards to prevent the touchdown.
Wow!
Look it up on YouTube. It's incredible. But like you can see his speed.
Yeah.
And he can chase some people down.
Well,
will he be able to do that with everybody in the NFL? I don't know. But I mean, that right there tells you, okay, the guy's a freaking competitor.
Yeah, and he's not going to give up.
Right.
He doesn't give up on the play. He will play to the end of the whistle.
Yep.
We have needed more of that, I would say, the past couple of years. And so far out of our first few that we've talked about, I know, was it Zach Frazier? Yeah, it was Zach Frazier. Like crawled off the field when he got hurt last year. I mean, he wouldn't even take the whistle because he didn't want the runoff. I mean, that's a man right there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That is a man.
Yep.
Like literally crawling off the field to try to save time because they didn't want the injury timeout and all of that, the runoff and stuff. So I mean, these guys have some grit already. They've got some grit already.
So, and then let's just get into the last one here, who I think like made this an A.
Okay.
Because I mean, respectively, I mean, we don't really know much about Logan Lee.
Yeah.
From defensive tackle from Iowa. And again, I don't know much about Ryan Watts, cornerback from Texas, but I will say he's 6'3", 208 pounds.
He's got length.
Right. So length usually means that you're going to end up playing in the NFL.
Yeah.
One way or the other.
Yeah.
So again, I think those are just solid trumps to kind of back up who we picked here in the first couple rounds.
Yeah.
But though Mason McCormick,
here we are,
another guard, just to solidify the offensive line.
Correct.
I mean, throw another body in there.
Out of South Dakota State.
Right.
Yep. And he's 6'4", 309. Another beast. Another beast. Yep. Another man eater. Yeah. I would agree. And I haven't seen a ton of tape on Mason McCormick. I don't know if you have or not. But I feel like he's another bruiser. Like I just feel like he is another bruiser.
So according, the offensive line. According to ESPN's kind of summary on him, it states he's a strong drive blocker and is effective combo blocking to the second level in the run game.
Yeah.
McCormick has a nasty streak and blocks to the whistle. Wonderful.
Yeah. There you are.
So
a nasty streak. I love that.
Right. So
fuel that up. Yep. I agree.
Right. So again, like I really do think the word's going to be physical this year.
Yeah.
I really do believe that we are going to try to play. We're going to be trying to take a step close to like that boundary line here on, what's legal and what's kind of dirty in that, which again, I don't want our team to be dirty or anything, but again, I want us to go back to like where we were 8 years ago, 10 years ago, where whenever you had a Steelers week, you were going to feel it. You were going to feel until Thursday, the next week.
Teams knew that it was going to be punishing.
Right.
It's going to be a punishing game.
You might win, but it doesn't like it's still going to it's still going to hurt.
It might ruin your chances to win next week.
Right.
Yeah. Punish you for a week, baby.
Right.
Yeah. I agree.
So let us know, ladies and gentlemen, what your thoughts are on the 2024 Steelers draft. I mean, we're kind of thinking that's an A.
We want to be positive. Positive. Yeah,
we're excited about it. And again, we're saying that caution. It's spring still.
Yeah.
We haven't even hit training camp.
Training camp and preseason and all that stuff. Yeah, absolutely.
But let us know what your thoughts are. Drop a comment down on YouTube. Leave us a comment on Instagram or TikTok, and we'll say, how about this? First two people on Instagram, first two people on YouTube who leave a comment, whether it be anything regarding the draft or even their outlook towards the upcoming season, we'll throw you in for a shirt.
That's right. Yeah, we're working on getting them more made, essentially. So, I think that's a great idea. First two. Let us know. Do you think that the Pittsburgh Steelers, you think Omar Khan deserves a little pat on the back, maybe a smack on the ass since it's football season? Grade A minus. What do you think? What do you think we graded this year? And let us know in the comments. Absolutely. I agree.
All right, everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for enjoying the banter.
Cheers. Enjoy the banter and make sure that you banter.